Hi there again. Good morning, by the way. So, Social Studies 20-2, here is an assignment we're going to work on for a couple of days. It's called National Self-Determination. So, what you're going to do is you're going to gather evidence based on these 10 questions that I've got laid out in front of you on the screen. Point form is fine, that's all we're looking for. You're just gathering evidence on what is called self-determination. Self-determination is a concept by which nations within a nation would get more control over their future and their destiny. So, to use an example, Quebec province in Canada would want a greater degree of self-determination to do what is best for Quebec, to maintain their culture, their religion, their language, their government, and so on. First Nations peoples in Canada want self-determination, or at least more self-determination than they've got now to determine their fate and their future. So when you think of self-determination, think of a nation within a nation state. We talked about that way back in February, if you remember, and that even though you've got a country, a nation state like Canada, there are groups within that country that kind of feel, they're different, they're special, they're not really part of Canada, they're something more defined than all of Canada. So one of those groups could be Quebec. It could be the Inuit. So any group within a bigger country that wants more control over their future and their livelihood would want self-determination. So you're going to explore self-determination in a variety of ways in this little note-taking assignment. You're going to examine self-determination in Tibet. I mean, most people don't know that Tibet is not a politically sovereign country. It's actually governed by China. You're going to explore that as an issue. Some nations have achieved self-determination. They're called successor states. You'll examine India, Pakistan as examples of successor states. You're going to take a look again at First Nations, Inuit in Canada, and the Métis in Canada as well, and what degree of self-determination are they pursuing. And we'll also look at some of the consequences that go with self-determination. Sometimes they harm other people, but you'll explore that as you do these 10 items on the exploring or the self-determination assignment. So you're going to use your exploring nationalism assignment, or textbook rather, exploring nationalism textbook. If you don't have it, or if you would prefer, there is a digital copy on D2L under Chapter 10 content. You're looking for the Gardner uh, book right here. So the middle one, Gardner, is the textbook you're going to use. It's just a chapter from that textbook. If you've got the hard copy at home, that's fine too. You can use whatever you like. But this is what you're going to work on. It's nothing big. It's nothing fancy. If you want to do it by hand, well, that's fine. If you want to use a computer, that's fine too. I'll give you a day or two to work on it. You can check D2Well for the exact due date. I'll do some thinking on that, see what else I've got planned for you. We're actually getting near the end of our look at ultranationalism, which is related issue 2. So over the next week or so, you can expect a couple of written exams that I'm going to send to you to work on, and you'll send them back and I'll mark them. And that's just what you do at the end of a unit or related issue. There's a couple of assessments. So we'll do a couple of written exams. I'll teach you how to do them online, like I've been doing so far, but let's worry about that in a day or two. For now, our focus is on national self-determination. You're using your textbook to do this, and like I said, there's a digital copy on D2L. If you're unsure of what to do, please email me and I will give you a hand. Good luck with that.